How many songs did Mötley Crüe have before they were like really big?
Well, you could watch The Dirt, and it tells it exact. Anybody listening can watch The Dirt. It's a crazy movie. You know, most people wouldn't watch it with their kids.
That's the story of Mötley Crüe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Strauss wrote that book a long
I haven't
time
seen
ago.
that yet.
He's got another very interesting book called The Game, and it's about where he immersed himself in way back in the day in the pickup community, and he became one of the greatest pickup artists in the world. Neil Strauss, the guy that wrote the book, talking girls into going to bed with him.
Huh.
It's an interesting book, and it's like most of the books I read. They're not for the faint of heart, but if you want to hear some crazy stories, and then it's interesting to go study what happened to the people who were young in that book, what their life ended up like, and what businesses they ended up in. And, you know, because it changed from, they used to say tricks to people, to trick them, to then somebody produced this thing they call inner game. And it's like, it's one of the guys that was a little kid, a little punk in the game, in the book called The Game, is later he became one of the top teachers in the world, but he didn't teach how to trick people. What he said is, I finally found out that tricking girls is not a good thing to do. The good thing to do is to work on myself to become the man
That they want.
that they're attracted to. And when you become the man that the females are attracted to, all of a sudden you become the guy that business partners are attracted to. Not sexually, but on other levels. And it all goes back to my hero, is Franz Mesmer from Paris. You know, you cultivate the life force, which is what I call myself, a life force cultivation coach. That's what I want to teach people to do, is what are the things that I can help you figure out, your tools on your tool belt, that I can help you figure out the things that make you feel unstoppable. And let's minimize the things that make you feel weak. That work week, that work weekend. Let's figure out how you can feel unstoppable more. Because when you're in that life force, that source energy that flows through every living thing, and this is what Mesmer did in Paris in the late 1700s. He healed hundreds of thousands of people using what he called animal magnetism. And all it was is this idea that I can spend an amount of time every day doing certain practices that will charge me up with this life force, that whether you believe in Christ or whether you believe in Satan or Buddha, or it doesn't matter. It's in the trees. It's in the wood. It's in the rocks. It's in all things. It is whether you believe in it or not. You can't stop it. If you can cultivate that and make that bigger in you, just like if I held a magnet here, I can do opposite poles and it pushes the other magnet away, it repels, or I can switch them and it'll... That there is something that happens in beings like that. So Mesmer figured this out. He figured out that he could heal people. He healed people of blindness, hysteria, a lot of emotional problems, which he believed that emotion was connected to your physical problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still believe that 100%. In my own life, it's for sure 100%.
Have a panic attack and see what emotions come up.
Right.